On guys, One Chains Gaming back here with another episode of the podcast. Unfortunately, this is getting re-recorded on Monday because I went to go record it Sunday, uploaded it Sunday. Turns out the file got corrupted. Didn't realize it until today when I checked. So this is getting re-recorded, but yeah, this is going to be the week, I guess 7 technically, of the podcast. So for this week, we didn't get anything on Monday. We got primetime set. It looks like that's going to be our kind of common theme throughout the year, I guess. I thought it was just going to be a season 1 thing. Seems like it's going to be going on for a couple of seasons at least. We got a primetime set. So for this, we got we got an Elgin Baylor. Okay card, but has Brook Lopez released, and I don't like Brook Lopez on guards. It's more of a big man thing for me. And then we got a Diamond Rick Barry that's garbage. Just stats, badges, animations, just bad. We also got a Amethyst Chris Middleton. Again, good. It's going to be a good budget guy for you guys. Good shooting, good defense, things like that. Definitely a card I would recommend if you're running like a Drew Holiday, pairing him with him. Especially defensively is going to be good. And then we got a Ruby Joe Harris, who's mainly like an offline card. Going to be more of like that JJ Redick mold of just catch, shoot. That's all they do. And then another interesting thing we got, kind of like we got the Daryl Griffith in Season 1. We ended up getting a lifetime agenda for DeAndre Jordan. Sapphire and Amethyst, not really all that great. The Diamond card, though, as far as stats, badges, he's an inside center, obviously, because it's DeAndre Jordan. But, I mean, he rebounds the ball extremely well, plays good at the rim defense. The card, from everything I've seen, is just, for you no money spent guys, is good. Again, not anybody I would necessarily go out of the way to get, but, I mean, a couple hours of your time, if you're no money spent, definitely a card that's worth it. And then another thing we started getting last week was we started getting moments cards. So we got one on, that would be Wednesday. We got Nemanja I think I'm saying that right, don't quote me. But the one thing I have with this card, he's a power forward, small forward, Ruby card. Not anything crazy. I mean, mainly just a shooter, can dunk a little bit. The thing that really ticked me off about this card is he can get basically every badge in the game. Defensively, he doesn't get a couple that are like fairly big, but for his stats, he shouldn't have been able to get the badges he can get. Like he can get every finishing badge. He can get every playmaking badge. He can get like 80% of the defensive badges, including clamps. But we have cards like Scotty, MJ, like just Gilbert Arenas, for Christ's sake. You guys murdered him. Like, Gilbert Arenas was terrible. And the Gilbert Arenas thing, I'm not going to get in that rant, because Gilbert Arenas, you guys have murdered since 2K19, because I think one of the devs probably got absolutely murked by him. It hasn't been good since. But yeah, Bielitsa, for you budget guys, if I wouldn't throw a ton of badges on him because he's a Ruby and he's not going to last very long, but he can get basically every badge. Like, he can get 90% of the badges in the game. Makes zero sense. And then another thing we got on Thursday, we got because Friday was a new season, so Thursday we got it announced that we were getting like the current Series 1 cards, and all of those came out. Current series cards are garbage. They're going to be troll polls. I mean, there's a couple in there that are like, kind of usable, but they're bad. They've got cold zones. They've got really bad stats, bad badges. Like, just stay away from the current series cards. I don't care. No money spent, all money spent. Don't use current series cards at all. Like, just don't. But the one highlight we did get on Thursday, we got another moments card. And I'm trying to see if I can find it in the database. It was Chris Duarte, I think I'm saying that right, of the Pacers. He's been a rookie. He's been balling extremely well. Shooting guard, small forward, 6'6", 6'9" wingspan, all 3-point hot zones. He's got good stats. He can't dunk the ball necessarily. He's like a 65 driving dunk, but he gets good shooting badges. Like, he's got blinders, he's got sniper, he's got like good badges for a card that's a sapphire. Even comes with silver clamps. Like, for a sapphire card, and his jump shot, especially on current, his jump shot is fast as shit. Like, it's jump shot 101 on quick, and it's fast. I'm scared for when we start getting very quick jump shots, because on current, I don't know how you're going to time things. I really don't. Because even quick for me, like, because I've had the thing where my player's on next gen, but I've been playing current gen my team because of when we had the D-pad glitch and stuff. I just have stopped playing next gen my team because of many different things, including the having to scroll for your plays and things like they don't have the quick buttons in and things like that. And also, I think you just get more lane steals on current. But his jump shot is so fast on current, like, I don't understand it at all. And it's a good jump shot. Like, it's a fairly easy jump shot to green. And then Friday we got a bunch of content. So for this, we got the Evo Dennis Rodman, which nobody cares about. It's an emerald that goes to a ruby, mainly there for XP, things like that. We also got Dynamic Duo update. This one was weird because there's a handful of them that can't play together because they play the same position. Like Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, both play small forward. So unless you're using them in triple threat, it doesn't work. I mean, granted, it's basically all current series cards, so it's not that big of a deal because it doesn't really matter. A lot of these were like +2s or things like that. Like there's nothing. They're not the season 1 dynamic duos we got because some of those were just god tier, especially early in the year. But a lot of these, like even there were a couple that were like Amethyst Donovan Mitchell, Sapphire Bogdanovich, meh. Like there's just a lot of them that weren't anything great, so I wouldn't overpay for those duos because it's just not worth it. And then the promo we got it was a signature series promo, lock-in of Dwight Howard. I did all the card reviews and stuff for those over on TikTok, so if you want to see those, go for that, because I'm just going to kind of cover the basics. Dwight Howard, not worth the lock-in. He's an inside center that can't shoot. I love Dwight Howard early in the year because defensively the man is a demon, but I'm not spending that much on Dwight Howard. I would just go spend the $50K or whatever Ben Wallace is, because Ben Wallace is basically the same thing. The one thing that I will say we got out of this, we got a Pink Diamond Steph. Steph, from everything I've seen, I didn't buy Steph because I'm not paying $500K for a Steph. But the man can shoot. Like, it's really good. But yeah, Steph is Steph. And it really emulates right now. And then also another card we got, Diamond Jalen Brown's actually really good. He seems like he's one of the top tier shooting guards in the game. Because he's got that jump shot, I think it's 75, that's really good. And he's got clamps and things like that. And then also the signed one's got an extra Hall of Fame badge. Budget guys, you got like a LaMarcus Aldridge, who's okay. Also got an Amethyst Bruce Bowen, good. Just can't dunk the ball, unfortunately. Can't really play make, things like that. He's not all around. Definitely a good 3-and-D guy, though, to have, especially for your budget guys, because he can play shooting guard. We also got an Amethyst Juwan Howard. Kind of underwhelming. Didn't really do much. Rubies, we got a Ruby Desmond Mason. I like the Desmond Mason a lot. The Tim Hardaway jump shot is fast. He's got that same jump shot that Tim Hardaway Jr. has. Very quick. Once you find the green window, though, it's chicken. And can really dunk the ball. Is actually a really good budget card for you guys that are looking for like a budget shooting guard. Definitely recommend him. We also got a Ruby Jose Calderon. Okay card. Wouldn't necessarily run him competitively, but I mean for offline and stuff like that, and to get XP and stuff, definitely an easy card to use. And then we'll go ahead and go over kind of the rewards cards we got for Season 2. So the level 40 is Kevin Garnett. Can at least shoot theoretically. Good defensively. It's Kevin Garnett. He does what Kevin Garnett does, except he can shoot a little bit more from 3 than probably Kevin Garnett should. The thing with Kevin Garnett is he got his own jump shot. And from everything I've seen, I kind of did the shoot around a little bit with the Celtics one on like the 2KU thing just to kind of see where it was. It's slow. He's going to be more used as an inside center and a defensive center. Definitely wouldn't run him at the 4 by any means. Definitely would not run him at the 4. Definitely a center. I won't grind for him just because I don't really grind level 40 anyway. Definitely not a card I would see making my team anyway because he doesn't fit my playstyle. The limited card we got, who I will be going for, unless something crazy happens and we get good point guards that I end up buying and not needing. John Morant. We got Pink Diamond John Morant is going to be the limited reward for 6 rings. The card, good shooter, good, obviously can dunk the ball well. We'll need a little help defensively. You'll need to add badges and things like that to him. But you can add clamps. You can add probably off-ball pest I would look to add to him. You can't add interceptor, unfortunately. But he's going to be playing more off-ball anyway, so I'm just kind of hoping he at least stays in front of his man, things like that. But I mean, 88 3-ball, 95 driving dunk, and 85 perimeter defense without having to upgrade with coaches and stuff. 80s, 90s, he'll be fine. And can dunk the ball really well, different things like that. I definitely think he's going to be a good card, especially for your no money spent guys. Definitely will recommend grinding out John Morant until we get anything crazier down the line. Draft, I'm rather disappointed in him. We got George Girvin, shooting guard, small forward eligible. The thing with getting George Girvin is I personally think the shooting guard, small forward market right now is super saturated. There's a couple of cards we'll go over that we got on that are available day 1 of Season 2 that will play over George Girvin. And George Girvin's stats were bad. The stats, just his general animation, he's just not a good card. I probably won't even play draft this season just because I don't want to waste the draft tickets because I'm not grinding to get draft tickets. So I personally wouldn't even bother with George Girvin. Unlimited, we got probably the top point guard in the game. Gary Payton got souped to hell. Even though he's 6'4", this card's going to be good for at least a couple of months. He's stacked defensively. His jump shot's decent enough to where it'll work. And he can shoot. He can, it's a good card. Definitely would recommend it if you guys can play enough Unlimited, especially with how the Unlimited system got tweaked. Definitely recommend going for Gary Payton. Caron Butler is the Ascension Reward. This is, again, a card I would recommend over George Girvin. Shooting guard, small forward. Is a knockdown shooter. He got a good jump shot. He got good stats, badges, things like that. Is mediocre defensively, but that's just kind of where most of the market is right now. You can add stuff to him, but I wouldn't recommend it. If you pull the guy, most no money spent guys, I think he'll make your team. Probably won't play over like a James Harden, or if you guys get like Jalen Brown, things like that. But definitely think for especially like no money spent guys, he will be a good card. We also got Domination for this season. So Domination, the worst thing out of Domination is the card we got. I'm going to be entirely honest with you guys. The card sucks. We got a Pink Diamond Amari. I thought Amari was going to be good. When I heard we were getting Amari, I was excited. Because Amari fits my playstyle so well that I thought he was going to be perfect. The card's bad. Not going to lie. I would run Surge over this card. I would run Tom Chambers. There's just Josh Smith especially. I would run so many different cards over Amari. Amari is not fast at all. I thought he was going to get 83, 84 speed, 78 speed. 76 3 ball, that's kind of, I honestly thought that was going to be the stat that was lower. I thought that was the stat I was going to have to badge up. Got a good driving dunk. 64 perimeter defense is terrible. 60 lateral quickness, awful. 69 steal, terrible. 90 defensive rebound, could be fixed theoretically. Jump shot wise, he's got his own jump shot, which I don't like. I think it's slow. I don't think it's great. And then badge wise, you can add a couple of shooting badges to him, sure. He does have hot zone 100, but he has no 3-point hot zones, which makes zero sense to me. He can get catch and shoot, sure, fine, whatever. Can't get sniper, that's a big one. Playmaking, can't get anything. And then defensively, this is the part that I have the problem with the card. Can't get box, can't get brick wall, can't get clamps, can't get interceptor, can't get intimidator, can't get maybe like a defensive leader or a hustler. But the important badges can't get. All he comes with is half pogo stick and gold rebound. That's it. That's all he comes with. You can add rim to him. He doesn't come with rim. Doesn't come with off ball pass. You have to add that. Doesn't come with plus move lockdown. You have to add that. But the card's just so underwhelming. I thought this card was going to be good. My big thing was I thought he was going to be a worse shooter. Thought it was going to be high 60s, low 70s. I thought that the speed with ball was going to be worse. Instead of 70, I thought that was going to be 40. Definitely thought it was going to be faster. Thought the defense maybe would have been, perimeter would have been a little better. Interior would have been worse. I was kind of thinking it was going to be an 80 interior defense. But the card's just bad. He's not the reason I'm grinding Domination. I'll be entirely honest. He's not the reason. The reason is you get 360 tokens total out of Domination. For the 75th edition, you get 360 tokens. That is 2 Pink Diamond token rewards and then some. You get Diamond Consumables pack, which has contract, shoe boost, all that kind of stuff. And then you also get 3 Hall of Fame badges, which I think they're preset in stone. I put it on Twitter. It was I can't remember. It was a couple of finishing badges. They weren't great, but they weren't terrible. But yeah, Amari is by far the worst thing out of Domination. I'm still doing Domination because I want it done, first of all, for when we get another, because we'll obviously get more Dominations. So I just want it done. But I also wanted the tokens and then the Diamond Consumable and the Hall of Fame badges. I wanted all that stuff. So that's all I'm going to say on Domination. Is it's worth it, but not for Amari. The exchange reward we got was Dave Bing. Not worth it. As per usual, the exchange is horribly overpriced. Just not worth the time. But yeah, I'm not going to go into much detail over exchanges because exchanges, as always, aren't worth it. The one thing I did see is if you have a bunch of random crap in your collection, there's a one-time diamond contract exchange. Unfortunately, I did it before I recorded. I should have recorded it first. But it's so you need 1 original owned player, any tier, and then you need 38 or 39 players, any tier. So what I did is all the golds that I had gotten from just random packs that I hadn't sold yet, of like the first series we got, whatever you call it, I threw all those in there, got a diamond contract. Unfortunately, it's kind of tanked the diamond contract market. They're under 20K now. I think it's like 18 or something on Xbox. But I'm going to wait a little bit and see if it goes back up, and then I'll make that extra like 25K or whatever it ends up going back to. The token pink diamond we got that's, I think, worth it, because we only got one, is we got a pink diamond Chris Mullin. The card can shoot. Like, he got like the Jimmy Butler type jump shot. He's left-handed, so it looks a little different. But the card can shoot. He gets Hoff Sniper. He gets a couple other Hoff shooting badges. If you're going to get the card, you're definitely probably going to have to add some things defensively. He can't get Interceptor, which especially you'll notice when he's in lanes because he'll just miss the ball and it kind of pisses you off. But, I mean, the card can shoot. He's a knockdown shooter. Can't really dribble very well, but, I mean, the card can shoot for sure. He's definitely a sharpshooter. Definitely for your no money spent guys, I would look out for him. And then triple threat, the reward, I think it was 500 triple threat offline wins, is Latrell Sprewell. If you're close, sure, knock it out. I'm not anywhere close. Triple threat offline, they seem to always just kind of give the mediocre cards to. I think he'll be good. I don't think he's going to be great. I definitely wouldn't recommend, if you're like starting from the beginning, don't. Triple threat offline's not your priority at all. But I think he'll be an okay card because he can play shooting guard. He'll be a good defender. Can definitely do some things for you that way. The other card that's actually in the vault for triple threat offline is Rafe LaFrentz. Don't necessarily recommend him as far as just because he's not going to be good defensively. He's going to be basically like a Brook Lopez type card. He can shoot the lights out. He can play decent post defense, but not necessarily a card I would go absolutely crazy for to prioritize. If you get him, you get him. If you don't, oh well. Now, one of the top tier cards we got is Triple Threat Online because for some reason they always soup Triple Threat Online. We got a Paul Silas who's basically Draymond Green on crack. So, cards, he's got the Draymond Green jump shot, great interior defense, decent perimeter defense. Like, the card's all around defensively, he's good. If you needed like an ML card that can play the post, that's basically what Paul Silas is. And the difference is he's got a decent enough 3-ball. It's like a 77, I think. And then you also get, you can add shooting badges to him, which is huge. So you can add sniper, catch and shoot, things like that. And then between coaches and things like that, he'll have a mid to high 80s 3-ball. So definitely recommend going for that card. That's one of the top priorities. Once I get done with Domination, he's probably my next one. I'll probably just be in Triple Threat Online waiting to get him. Just because I think he's going to be really, really good. And then a couple other rewards we got. We got an exchange, Theo Ratliff. Nobody cares. Not a good card at all. And then we got an Amethyst Joe Carroll. He's just part of the XP levels. You get him. Token market, you got an Amethyst Montrezl Harrell. Not worth it at all. It's an undersized center that's just and can't play defense. We got a Ruby Danny Ainge, who's decent because he can play point guard. He is part of the levels. Mainly an offline card. Wouldn't recommend him in an online setting. And then another token card we got was Ruby Cole Anthony. Again, more of an offline card. Wouldn't really recommend him for online use. And then we got a couple other like lower tier cards that are on exchanges and things like that that aren't really the greatest thing ever. And then I think that is it. The other thing that we did get announced in Season 2 is because you're able to get to the thresholds of cards. Gerald Wallace got announced for, I think he's 1,700 cards. If you're close to the cards, 100% worth it. Like the card, he's got a great jump shot. He plays phenomenal defense. 100% worth it for like a small forward for you guys. I love the card. Gerald Wallace plays just really well for me. And then 1,900 cards is Bernard King. Again, if you're close, go for it. Otherwise, don't be in a rush. Bernard King's good. He's not great. But that is all the cards we got for that. And then limited for this week was 1 diamond player, up to 2 amethysts, and then the rest below. I played, I think, maybe 2 minutes in a game. I got the ring in the middle. For some reason this year, besides that 1 week, I've gotten extremely lucky with rings. But yeah, that's basically all we had this week. Hopefully, I think we got moments today that I'll go over in next week's podcast because those are technically part of the Monday. But hopefully we start seeing moments cards again. Hopefully prime time can be a little better. Definitely need Tuesdays to be stepped up, especially since it's early in the year. They have so many different card options that they can do. I don't know why. I feel like Tuesdays have just been kind of either a budget guy or just nothing at all. And then hopefully we get some good stuff Friday. But yeah, I will keep you guys updated. Appreciate you guys tuning into the podcast, and I'll catch you next week. Peace.